Be patient. Miracles take longer than settling does, and don't settle. You deserve more than just settling in, just accepting, just doubting. You deserve more than that. Let the miracles happen. All right, so today's yoga is a vinyasa practice. Today's practice, every day is different. Our practice today focuses on strength and balance. You know that, and just keep moving forward. Sometimes you think, oh, I just can't do this practice. Don't ever, ever, ever say that to yourself. Your mind is listening. Don't ever say that to yourself, because you can do it. You can do it because you modify it. You modify it to make it work for your body, your one and only wonderful body. Honor it. Do what's right for it. Every day is different, and you got to just accept that. Embrace the hard. This practice is a little bit hard, but when you embrace the hard, that's when growth happens. And I love to say, practice isn't getting harder, you're getting stronger. You can do it. You can do all of these. I'm Jan, this is 316 Yoga. That's your pep talk for today. This is your yoga from home. You do it your way, you do what is right for your body. If something hurts, you back out of it. You don't do it. Not everything's right for everybody. Everybody can't do everything. I can't do everything, and I accept that and move on, modify, do something different. But just keep moving forward. That's the most important thing. Let this be your little hour. If you can only stick around for 10 minutes, that's okay too. But let this be your hour of escape. Your time, on your little tropical island, your happy hour. She just kicked the camera away. All right, so here's the word I want you to think of today. The word to think of today is the word complete. And that's what your yoga does. Complete means having all parts. It means undivided, uncompromised. Having your act together, and that's what your yoga does. Yoga is said to be the union of body, mind, and spirit. We say that all the time, but these are important reminders to come back to. See how you feel right now, and let's give it a stress number, a scale of 1 to 5, 1 to 10. How are you feeling? What's going on in your body, in your mind, in your head? Remember that stress number, and we'll come back to it when we finish this practice. For this practice, we're going to use some props. We always use props. So you can have 2 yoga blocks. Those are wonderful. Buy them. If you don't have them, buy them. They're not very expensive. You can have them ordered and delivered today. An eye shade, a little hand towel can double as the eye shade for final shavasana, and you can slip it under your knees for some of the poses that may not be so comfortable on your knees. A strap, you can use that many times today. You can be near a wall. You can have a chair. Lots of ways to do it, but just do it. That's the key. And some water handy. All right, so let's come on up to standing, shall we? All right, so as you come to standing, you got that stress number locked in. Let's do a warm-up. Yesterday we did a little different warm-up. Let's do our familiar warm-up. Tomorrow, that's my hook to get you to come back. Tomorrow we'll do that different warm-up again. I'm kind of feeling it in my shoulders from picking those apples. You'll understand if you come back tomorrow. Strike your confidence stance. Hands on your hips, feet a little bit wider than your hips. Chest is lifted, elbows back and down. Take a deep breath in through your nose. And a big sighing breath out through your mouth. Let all the stressors go. Your mat is your place of solitude and peace. All right, let's begin to come up onto the balls of our feet. So you lift up onto your toes and bring your heels back down. As you lift on up, keep your heel behind your toes. Don't let your feet kind of splay out to the sides. Lift and lower. Be strong. Be strong. You are strong. You are firm. You are steady. Why would you tell yourself otherwise? Get those little demons out of your head. Say it to yourself. I am strong. I am firm. I am steady. The power in believing what is possible is the power to change your life. That's really true, isn't it? All right, you're lifting and lowering. Maybe come up onto your toes and hang out here a little bit longer. Stay strong. Grip your toes into your mat. And then come on down to your heels. Lift and lower a few more times, strengthening your calves, strengthening your feet, strengthening your foundation. When you're ready, bring your heels on down and lift your toes on up and give them a wiggle up in the air. Just let them move. Finish up. Bring your legs a little more together as your feet are solidly planted on the earth. When you're ready, lift your arms high up to the sky and lift here. Big breath in, big breath out. As you breathe out, soften your shoulders. In through the nose, out through the mouth. This is your Tadasana, your extended mountain pose. Now take a little baby back bend. Bring your hands behind your low back. Squeeze your elbows towards your spine. Feel your chest lift up even more. Think of your chest lifting up to the sky as you look up to the sky. Breathe, most important part. Big breaths in and out. Exhale, fold forward. We're going to do lots of forward folds today. Let your arms hang heavy. Maybe they're close to the earth, maybe not so close. That's all right. Look back to your knees. Look back to your belly button. Let your head hang heavy as the crown of your head hangs toward the earth. A little bend in your knees might feel mighty fine. Big breath in. Big breath out. Decompress the low back. Decompress the whole spine. Shake your neck. Let it be loose. Still your feet, sweep your arms up to the sides, roll your spine on up, one vertebra at a time. Lengthen up through your Tadasana, extended mountain pose. Interlace your fingers, send your palms up to the sky and start to sway gently from side to side in your gentle palm tree pose. Are you sighing it out? Let it go, let it go, let it go. Big breath in, big breath out. All right, keep going. We have a private group on Facebook called Friends of 316 Yoga. Ask to join. I'll let you in. I posted a great article today. It talks about aging and movement. And we are falsely believing, oh gosh, I'm older. I can't move as much. All the more reason you should be moving even more as you get older. Now, your movements might look different, but that's all right. Get up and move. You can't become stagnant. The more stagnant you are, the more stagnant you will become. You've got to move. And it talked about lifespan. And it said, lifespan, okay, how long am I going to live? But what is my health span going to be? That's important, isn't it? You want to live long, but you want to be able to move. And by doing your yoga, you will, and you can, you are, because you are strong, you are firm, you are steady. Nice job with your palm trees. Finish up. Bring your hands to your low back again. Squeeze your elbows towards your spine. Chest lifts. Drink it in. Drink in your good health span. Exhale, fold forward. Let it go. Big breath in, big breath out. Roll your spine up one vertebra at a time. Chin away from your chest. Pull it on up away from your chest. Shoulders, send them back and down. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out. Arm circles, nice and big arm circles. You can circle the arms, moving the shoulders in a forward direction. What we did yesterday was like a windmill. So you can maybe do the arms independent of one another. Add in your knees, bend your knees, and then come on up. Bend your knees and come on up. If that's a little bit of a mental brain challenge, that's good. Maybe do both arms at the same time going forward. As the fingers come down, the knees bend. Fingers go up, knees come up. That's a little easier, isn't it? Take your windmill or your arm circles in the opposite direction. And I think I'm doing the backstroke. That's another way of thinking about it. Makes it easier to understand. And then bend in the knees and then come on up. Bend in the knees and come on up. Wake up your shoulders. You're going to want them awakened for your Chaturanga Dandasana, whether you choose to do it on the wall or on the ground. Finish up. Arms down by your sides. Big coat swing. Adjust your feet so you're comfortable. Nice controlled twist. Look over one shoulder then the other, allowing the arms to be heavy down by your sides. Big breath in. Big breath out. Heart's pumping, isn't it? That's what we're after. Waking up. Waking up. All right, let's finish up. Come back to the midline of your body. We did our big coat swing. Let's do our ragdoll pose. Hands to opposite elbow creases. That old I Dream a Genie arms. Feet hip width distance apart. Hinge forward. Let your knees have a little bend in them. Hang out here. Little bend in your knees feels good. Decompress your low back. Don't you feel it already? I love this pose. This is a favorite of so many people. Big breath in. Big breath out. When you're ready, sway the elbows back toward the knee, then the other knee. Just sway, just move. Oh, decompress the low back. Breathe. All right, finish up. Come back to the midline of your body. Give your toes a wiggle. Maybe you want to release your fingers down because you feel more stable and secure with better balance doing that. Give your toes a wiggle. Maybe challenge the balance. No hands on the mat. When you're ready, bend your knees. Come down, child's pose. This is where you get into your head. All right, knees together, big toes touching, hips back towards your heels. You can use a block to bring the ground up to you. Arms can be down by your sides. Think of lengthening the spine as it is supported and you are breathing. Extended child's pose is another option. Knees spread wide, big toes still touch, arms reach to the top of your mat. Settle on down, forehead to a block or to the mat. Lengthen through your shoulders. How does it feel in your shoulders? Tailbone to the back of the room. Press your hands into your mat if you're in the extended child's pose. Get that little extra oomph out of the pose. Big breath in through the nose. Big breath out through the mouth. Sigh it out. Let it all go. Make it audible. Breathe. When you're ready, close your lips if you like and breathe in and out of your nose only. Doing this will allow you to build heat in your body and just focus on your breath. Let your thoughts go. Enjoy this moment. Let your body move through the poses. We move quickly today. Breathe. In through the nose and out through the nose. But you know, when you gotta breathe another way, do it. Just try to come back to that Ujjayi pranayama breath as you focus on you. All right, let's go into our sun salutation A. Slide your hands so they are underneath your shoulders. Bring your knees so they're underneath your hips. Tuck your toes towards your shins and send your hips up to the sky. Here you are in a downward facing dog. Check out your feet. They should be hip width distance apart. Heels slightly elevated. Check out your hands. They should be arm length distance apart. Press your hands widely into your mat. Really grip them like a gecko, all 10 fingers gripping the mat. Tailbone high to the sky. Start to pedal it out. Take the dog for a walk, we say. Go ahead and pedal one heel closer to the earth and then bend the other knee. Walk it out. You could be doing this standing up against a wall, pushing into the wall. Imagine the mat as a wall with the hands pressed into it. Step your feet back a little bit so you can pedal your heels. Shake your neck. Let's steady our feet. Let's walk our hands to meet our feet or our feet to meet our hands. And then let's sweep our arms up and come on up to standing to an extended mountain pose. Extended mountain, fingers are lifted high to the sky. Shoulders are relaxed away from the ears. Lengthen up in your extended mountain. Breathe. You are firm. You are strong. You are stable. Exhale. Hands to prayer center. Fold forward. Fold forward, fold your body in half like a paperclip. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to your shins, squeeze your shoulders towards your spine. Back is flat so you could set a cup of coffee on it. Tailbone and crown of the head lengthen to opposite sides of the room. Breathe. Exhale, hands come down to the mat. Walk your hands forward. Let's do our first Chaturanga Dandasana. You could have the hands pressed up against the wall. Step your feet back. Come into a high plank if you're on your mat. Elbows hugged in, press into your hands. Breathe. High plank. You are strong, you are firm, hold it. Take it to a low plank as you exhale, hugging the elbows in. Flip the tops of your feet so they're on your mat. Straighten your elbows, come to an upward facing dog. You could be on your knees for this whole sequence if you want. Lengthen through your chest. Chest is shining forward. Breathe. Exhale, tuck your toes, send your hips high, downward facing dog. You did it. Hold here. Press into the earth. Tailbone lifted even higher. Your neck, look back to your knees and give it a shake. Let's go through that again. We'll do it 2 more times. Walk your hands to meet your feet or your feet to meet your hands. Inhale, arms sweep up. Reach to the sky in your extended mountain. Exhale, hands to prayer center. Do it gracefully. It feels good. Fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Remember that flat back. Exhale, hands come down, walk them forward, take a high plank. Feet are hip width distance apart, shoulders are over your wrists. Press into the earth, high plank. As you exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Tops of your feet are on your mat, look forward. Exhale, down dog. Flip your feet, send your hips high. Pedal it out, that's always fun. Still your feet, let's do it again. Hands to feet or feet to hands. Inhale, arms sweep up. Extended mountain reach. You know, maybe you're in a chair doing this. Modify, make it work for you. Just move. Lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Squeeze your shoulders towards your spine. Exhale, walk it forward to your high plank. Maybe you take it just to down dog. It's all right. Breathe, high plank. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal it out. And then finish. Still your feet. Walk your feet to meet your hands or your hands to meet your feet. Inhale, arms sweep up. Extended mountain. Take your chair pose, Utkatasana, arms reach. Sink low, bend in your knees. Bend in your knees and hold it here. Reach farther forward. Shift the weight back into your heels. Feel that and breathe. I'm going to turn so you can see a little differently here. Lengthen, sit low, lengthen. Exhale, sit low. One more big lengthen. You could be seated in your chair. It's all good. Sink low. And when you're ready, hands to prayer center, straighten your knees, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Shoulders are squeezed towards your spine. Exhale, hands come down. Chaturanga Dandasana again. You can skip it if you want and just go back to your down dog. High plank, maybe. Low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. You know these now. Inhale, right leg kicks high. Exhale, sweep it through to a low lunge. So the right foot comes between the two front hands. Let's go into a warrior two pose. Come on up, stand on up. Plant your feet. Both feet are solid on the ground. Left foot at a 45 or 90 degree angle. Right toes toward the front of your mat. Bend into your right knee, knee over ankle. Arms tee out. You can see how you could be doing this in a chair too. Your bottom would be seated. It's all good. Lengthen. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. Soften up through your shoulders. Inhale. Exhale, reach. Reach to the right of your room. And then tick-tock your arms 6 and 12. You can press your forearm into your thigh. You can straighten your bottom arm. That's what I'm going to do today. Left arm goes high. Whew, a feeling in the whole left side of the body, like when we did our palm tree pose. Lengthen through all 10 fingers. Breathe. Look up to your left hand. Inhale, rise up. Come back to that starting position and take a reverse warrior. Right arm high, left arm low. Lengthen, stretch, reach to the right fingers. Maybe you reach them farther to the back of your room. Keep your low body in cement. You want to keep your knee over your ankle. Breathe. Exhale. Cartwheel your arms. Chaturanga Dandasana. Hands plant around the foot. Left toes come forward. Right foot goes back to meet the left. High plank. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, push the earth away, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Pedal and breathe. Take advantage of this moment. Breathe. Same pose, other side. You got this. Left leg lifts. Exhale, sweep it through. Low lunge. Inhale, rise on up. Plant your feet. Arms tee out. Sink low. Squeeze the mat with your strong thighs. Breathe. Lengthen up through the crown of your head. Look to the left. When you're ready to take an exhale, reach forward. Tick-tock your arms, 6 and 12. Reach through the fingertips. Look up. Breathe, strong warrior. Inhale, reverse warrior. Right arm down, left arm up. Look up. Breathe. Stay low in that knee. Breathe. Exhale. Cartwheel the arms. Chaturanga Dandasana. Left foot meets right. High plank. Low plank. Breathe in and come to up dog. Tuck your toes, send the hips high, down dog. Pedal, breathe, modify, modify. Keep moving, do what you can with what you've got, and don't quit, don't give up. Still your feet. Let's run through the sun salutation B again. Feet to hands or hands to feet. Inhale, arms sweep up. Extended mountain pose, lengthen, breathe. Chair pose, Utkatasana, knees bend, quadriceps are feeling it. Arms are reaching, or maybe you feel more comfortable with your hands on your thighs. Modify, breathe, lengthen, lengthen to strengthen, you've got it. When you're ready, hands to prayer center, straighten the legs and fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, tabletop. Exhale, plant your hands on your mat, Chaturanga Dandasana, or we'll just meet back in a down dog if that is what suits you today. I'm gonna go high plank. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg kicks high. Exhale, sweep it through to a low lunge. Rise on up. Feet plant, arms tee out. Warrior two, Virabhadrasana two. Knee over ankle. Reach. Look right. Exhale, reach right. Tick-tock like a clock. Your arms stretch, reach. Look up to 12 o'clock. Inhale, arms reach up, reverse warrior. Right arm high, left arm low. Exhale, cartwheel your arms. Surround the right front foot. Right foot goes back to meet the left. Chaturanga Dandasana, high plank. Low plank. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe. Left leg, kick it high to the sky. And when you're ready, sweep it through. Low lunge. Rise on up. Always good to rise on up. Arms tee out. Generous bend in the left knee. Lengthen up through the crown of your heads. You look wonderful. You're doing it. It's great. Look to the left. Reach to the left. Tick-tock 6 and 12 and look up. Reach through between your fingers. Spread them. Inhale, reverse warrior. Right arm low. Left arm high. Breathe. Exhale. Cartwheel your arms. Chaturanga Dandasana. Left foot meets right. High plank. Low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pedal it out and breathe. Push into the earth or your wall and breathe. Still your hips. Readjust your down dog. Work on refining it. Feet hip width distance apart. Heels slightly elevated. Hands, look to them. They should be shoulder width distance apart with your fingers spread wide. Push equally into all 10 fingers like a little gecko. Hips high. Tailbone high to the sky. Your neck, look back to your knees or your belly button. That's letting your head hang heavy. Shake it out. Breathe, and let's finish. Bend your knees, hover them for a second as you bring your shoulders over your wrists. Hold it here for a little bit in a bear plank. Hold it, hold it, hold it. Come down to your knees, grab a drink of water, and let's do some other core stuff. How are you doing? You gotta be strong. You gotta be healthy. You gotta be happy. Let it all come together, and your yoga does that right now. How are you feeling? It was hard. Did you want to give up? You didn't give up. You stuck with it. However you did it, everybody's yoga looks different. And it doesn't matter as long as you're not hurting. All right, let's do our usual 3 little core poses. Have your strap nearby if you want to use it for your boat pose. I'm going to have the blocks nearby too because we're going to go into gorilla. Isn't that fun? Gorilla and crow. All right, so let's first begin. Soles of your feet are on your mat, knees are together, hands to prayer center. Lengthen up and with control, because you are in control. You are in control. You are practicing self-control this month as we study the fruits of the Spirit. All right, shoulders nestle in. Bring your feet up closer to your bottom, and then send your knees to the side of the room. So your soles of your feet are touching. Feels kind of cool, doesn't it? All right, fingers, palms, fingertips, that's it. Lightly to your temple, elbows open wide. You can stay here if you want and just breathe. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some Supta Baddha Konasana sit-ups, said to concentrate on the low abs. I don't know, it kind of works on everything. And I need everything worked on, don't you? All right, when you're ready, let your chin lift up to the sky as you exhale, and then come on down as you inhale. Exhale up, inhale down. Little lifts, little lowers. Breathe. Breathe. Maybe breathe in and out of your mouth here. Let some of that heat go that we build up in those warrior poses. Warrior 1, warrior 2, warrior 3. There's 3 different types of warrior poses. Today we did warrior 2. That's what we usually do in that sun salutation B. All right, so maybe lift your chin up and pulse it a few times up to the sky, keeping your elbows open wide and your knees open wide too. Let's finish. Come on down. Shoulders come down. Keep your fingers right where they are. Let's do bicycle. Bring your knees to the midline of your body. Lift your legs up so your knees are over your hips. Shins parallel to the sky. And bring your toes towards your shins. You can stay right here. Maybe you just want to hold right here and chill out. You can ride a recumbent bike, sending your heels more to the bottom of the mat. Just press through one, then the other. You could keep the soles of your feet down. You could peel your shoulders up, and you could bring opposite elbows towards opposite knees. Hi, Tammy. Hi, Stan. Hi, Lori. Hi, Lynn. Hi, Liz. Hi, Kelly. Hi, Rena. Hi, Tim. Whew, keep at it, keep at it, keep at it. Now, what you could do also is bring your knees up back to over the hips and then ride a recumbent bike and take the twist. There you go, add it all together. Kick it up a notch, even more. Legs can be straight and you can scissor kick them. Oh, that's pretty good, isn't it? All right, let's finish up in this bicycle. Bring your legs down, your feet down to your mat. Take your hands. We're going to do boat pose, Navasana. You can use your strap if you prefer doing that. Nothing wrong with using the strap. It's just different, and we're all different, and that's good. Hands, I'm going to bring them behind my thighs, right above the backs of my knees. I'm going to rock and roll up. And speaking of being different, if you have osteoporosis or osteopenia, you shouldn't be rocking on your spine unless you ask your doctor about it. So, check it out with your doctor. All right, after you've rocked a couple of times, kind of fun, isn't it? Kind of good for your head. All right, lean on back as if you're in a recliner. Elbows hugged in. Bring the toes to the mat, maybe. Extend one leg, then maybe the other. Breathe. Back is flat, chest is lifted. Maybe both legs lift, maybe both hands reach towards your toes. Hold, lift, chest is lifted. Curl up the sides of your mouth, put a smile on your face. Fake it till you make it. If you're not so happy about this, become happy about it. Breathe, lengthen through your fingers. Reach, 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 hold, hold, hold. And remember, if you got the strap, you're holding onto the, it like a horse, reins. And the center of the strap is in the center of your feet. Breathe. Hands to prayer center. Bend your feet. Breathe. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out. Let's row the boat. You can keep your feet down and let one elbow tuck toward the ground, then the other, like you're rowing a boat. Or bring your feet back on up. Row the boat. You got it. You're strong. Don't give up. There you go. Now let's finish. Grab your hands underneath your knees. Hug your heels in towards your bottom. Wrap your forearms around your shins. Really exhale to kind of deflate the belly so you can do this. Big breath in, lengthen up. Oh, big breath out, let it go. Press on up to your toes and hold here on your toes. Maybe take the weight out of your toes. You really got to engage the core to do this. Stay strong. Breathe, hold, find your balance in your little cosmic egg pose. Fun name, isn't it? All right, when you're ready, let's bring our feet on down. Let's crisscross at the ankles. Hands come down to the mat. Send your hips high, downward facing dog. Pedal it out. And breathe. And move. You got it. Still your heels. This time, walk your hands back to meet your feet. Hands back to meet your feet. Let's do a gorilla pose. All right, if you liked ragdoll, you're gonna like this one too. Feet are, a couple inches apart underneath the hips. Bend your knees a little bit. Take your hands, your two hands, slide them under your feet from the top of your foot. So you're going to put your whole palm underneath the sole of your foot so the tops of your toes are touching your wrist. Do it on both sides and then let your elbows drive to the sides of the room. Little bend in your knees. Think gorilla. All right, breathe. Hands are under the feet. Squeeze. Elbows to the side of the room. Fold more forward. Decompress your back. Feels good. Should feel good. That's the goal. All right, remove your hands. Give your hands a wiggle. If you've worn rings, you'll come to not wear rings because it hurts your hands when you do that. All right, so wiggle your fingers. Walk your body forward. Come into a high plank. Let's do a Chaturanga Dandasana. High plank. Low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hips are high, press into the mat. Pedal your heels, pedal your feet, let it go. We're gonna do gorilla pose next. All right, we just did gorilla pose. We're gonna do crow pose next. Bend your knees, hover above the mat in a bear plank just for a second. Shoulders over wrists, you got it, you're strong. Come on down to your knees. Find your two blocks. Crow pose, it's a slight inversion. It's more than a slight inversion. It's an inversion. So your head is going to be under your legs. Okay, you can do this. Give it a try. All right, one block to the top of your mat. The other block, about torso distance apart. So it's different for everybody. I've got mine, I don't know, what is that, 20 inches. Come on up to standing and stand on the back block. Maybe this right here is enough for today. If you fall off, get right back on. No big deal. Get back in the game. Don't quit. All right, when you're ready, bend your knees. You're standing on this block. Bend your knees. Come on down to a squat position. You're on the block. Open up your knees good and wide. Maybe you stay right here, hands down on your mat. This block that's at the top, that's going to be for your forehead. So you can kind of get a better ballpark figure here where it should be. Scoot it forward, scoot it back, whatever works. Can you bring your hands down flat onto your mat? Breathe. All right, now, if you fall out, it's no big deal because you're not that far off the ground. What, maybe 4 inches? All right, hands, fingers spread wide. They're shoulder width distance apart. You're going to bring your knees onto your forearm, or onto your triceps. All right, not your forearms. All right, you're going to hinge forward. The weight comes more into your hands. Maybe you stay right here. It's all good. All right, press the weight even more into your hands. Work to bring your head down to that top block. Hold it right here. Then start to play with your feet. Maybe one foot lifts, maybe the other foot lifts. Keep your core strong and engaged and hold. Breathe. You don't have to do this on blocks. The blocks are just making it a little friendlier. I like it. If you fall out, no big deal. Get right back in. Finish up. Finish up. How did you do? Was it kind of fun? That's the goal. Let it be fun. And inversions are good for us. Rushes blood to your head. Helps you think better, right? All right, so that was your crow pose today. All right, let's go into our lunge sequence. Let's come on up to standing. Extended mountain, stretch it out, lengthen up. Exhale, hands to prayer center, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your hands on your mat. And let's walk it back so we can do a high plank. High plank to a low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hips are high. Lift your right leg high to the sky. Let's do our lunge. Sweep the right leg through and bring it forward with the foot forward. All 10 toes are shining forward. Hello. All right. Come on up to standing. Your back heel is lifted. Bend into your back knee. Let that back knee hover above the mat. If you don't like that, come all the way down. Nobody's judging you. And most importantly, don't judge yourself. Arms lift up to the sky. Exhale, baby back bend. Inhale, arms back up. Exhale, hands to prayer center. Let's do a little twist. Left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Hands are stacked on top of each other, so are your elbows. Inhale, lengthen as you look at your right toes. Exhale, look to the right and twist. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. Finish up. Hands back to prayer center, nice and slowly. Let the top of your back foot rest on the mat. Let your hands come inside your right front foot. Wiggle your right toes up to the top right corner of the mat. Left leg is long and straight on your mat. Perhaps you introduce a block as you do your runner's lunge. You can take your right foot. You can, if you want, open it up so the pinky edge side of the foot is on the mat, letting the knee open toward the earth. You can stay on your hands. You can use the block to bring the ground up to you. You can slip your forearms down to the block and breathe, or bring your forearms all the way down to the mat. Breathe in your runner's lunge. We don't stay here long. It's vinyasa after all. Press into your hands. Send your right foot back to meet your left, and let's do a side plank. Left wrist is under your left shoulder. You can be on your left knee and extend the right leg long. You can extend both legs long and kind of kickstand the feet, or glue the ankles together. Right arm lifts, shoulders over shoulders, hips lift, breathe, look up to your right hand. Exhale, hand comes down. Whew, come back to a down dog. Pedal it out, shake your neck. Guess what? We've got another side to do. Left leg, kick it high. Exhale, sweep it through, low lunge. Rise on up to standing. Back toes are on the mat, but the back heel is lifted. Slowly bend into that back knee, hovering it above the earth or bringing it all the way down. You decide. Arms lift up to the sky, little baby back bend. Arms back up to the sky. Exhale, hands to prayer center. Hold it right here. Right elbow outside of the left knee. Hands are stacked, elbows stacked, lengthen. And then twist, look at your hands. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist, look to the elbow. Lengthen and twist to whatever is right for you. Slowly come back to prayer center. Come down onto that back knee if you're not already there. Top of the right foot on the mat. Let's do our runner's lunge. Have the block nearby if you want it. Left toes, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle to the top of the mat. Let your right leg go super long. Maybe you stay right here. Perhaps left foot, pinky edge side, open it up, hands on the mat or hands on the block, whatever you like. Breathe. Maybe forearms slip down to the block. Maybe you got a half height block. That's fun. Fun? All right. Maybe bring your forearms down and breathe. Let's finish. Straighten your arms. Press into your hands. Send your left foot back to meet your right. This time your right arm is your foundation as you come into a side plank. How do you want to do it? On the bottom knee or sending them long? Breathe. Whatever you do, keep the shoulder over the wrist. Left arm lifts nice and high. Look up to your left hands. Breathe. You got it. Finish. Hand comes down. You're back to a downward facing dog. We've worked on this. Let's refine it. Check it out. How's your downward facing dog? Feet hip width distance apart. Pedal it out. Arms, shoulder width distance apart. It really helps, I think, to think of that tailbone going up to the sky. Shake your neck. Let it go. Pedal it out. Let's do some balancing poses. Feet to hands or hands to feet, you decide. Inhale, halfway lift, back is flat, find length in your spine. Exhale, fold forward, fold in half. Take your hands, capture your calves, elbows hugged in by your knees, fold more forward. Inhale, big inhale. Exhale, hollow out your belly, fold even more forward, crown of the head toward the earth, try. And finish, arms sweep up. Arms go up, extended mountain pose. How are you doing? Our familiar little balancing sequence. Be near a wall for balance. Have a chair if you want. Tree pose. Vrikasana. Root through your left foot. Bend in the right knee. Open up the knee to the side of the room. Hands can be on your hips or at prayer center. Bring the foot on up. Woo, bring it on up. Yeah, try to bring it on up. Place it either the heel inside the left ankle. Bring it on up to the calf or bring it high up into the thigh. Don't put it on your knee. Hi, Sherry, how are you? Glad you made it. All right, hands to prayer center, lengthen up. Here are some tips. Really root into that strong leg. Really push the foot into the leg and the leg back into the foot. That's kind of the part you don't think of. Press. Soften in the shoulders. Look up to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Breathe, breathe. Grow your branches. Send your arms high. Sway your branches. Find your balance, challenge your balance, or get your balance. Breathe, breathe, finish. Hands to prayer center. Guide the knee to the front of the room gently. Place the foot down. There you go. Tree on that side, tree on the other side. Let's do it. All right. Right foot's rooted. Left knee, bring it to the side of the room. Maybe today you decide to keep your hands on your hips and just hold it here with that foot kind of in that Barbie doll style. Nice and high and lifted on the ball of the foot. Hold it here. Maybe you slip the foot, slide the foot on up to the calf. Try that. Or maybe high up into the thigh. Just don't put it on your knee. You don't want your knee to bend sideways. You could have a chair here too to find your balance. Breathe. I'm going to bring my hands to prayer center. Biggest help to me is looking up to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Press leg, press foot into each other. Breathe. Grow your branches if you like. Sway them. You know, you might not be able to do it today, but keep at it. Tomorrow will be better. Tomorrow will be better. Keep at it. You got to keep doing it. You just got to keep doing it. Just show up. Finish up. Hands to prayer center. Guide the knee to the front of the room. Left foot meets right on the mat. That's your tree pose. Another big balancing pose is called eagle pose. You can do it in your chair. You can take it in two parts. You can just do the arms. You can just do the legs. You can put it all together, which is fun. All right, let's begin. If you're standing, bend your knees. Reach your arms. Remember chair pose, Utkatasana. Now your arms, if you're not liking this, hands to opposite shoulders or hands to prayer center. Lengthen, reach, sit low. I'm going to take my right arm, sweep it under my left. Palms touch, squeeze the elbows down and look over the fingertips. You can stay right here. You can root into your left foot. Lift the right leg up and hold it here. You can cross the right leg over the left. Hug and squeeze high in the upper inner thighs. Top of the right foot can hook behind the left calf. Squeeze, hold here. You're all twisted up like a pretzel. Bring your elbows on down. It's not easy, but it's a compression of all the major joints. Breathe, hold here. We're gonna take this to an eagle-armed airplane. So just uncurl the back leg, or the right leg, send it to the back of the room. Little bend in your standing left leg helps. Razor edge, pinky edge of your fingers is toward the mat. Right leg lifts as high as you like. Let your fingers go to the top of the mat. Right hip is dialed down. Breathe and finish. Right foot meets left. Uncurl your arms, lengthen up. Extended mountain. Baby back bend if you want. Fingers go back up to the sky. Utkatasana. What's that? That's chair pose. Bend your knees. Reach. Bend your knees more. Reach. Adopt the arm variation that you prefer. Breathe. This time, I'm going to sweep my left arm under my right. I'm going to bring my palms to touch. Squeeze the elbows down. Look over the fingertips. Squeeze. Feels good in the upper back. You can hold right here. Perhaps you let the right foot be the foundation. You lift the left leg up, cross it over, and do the same thing you did on the other side. Top of the left foot, maybe, comes behind the right calf. Took me a long time to be able to do that. Squeeze the feet down. Squeeze the elbows down. Sink low. Hold here. Eagle-armed airplane. Just uncurl the legs. Left leg goes to the back wall. Little bend in your standing leg. Pinky edge of your hands toward the mat. Left leg lifts. Left hip dials down. Reach your fingers more to the top of the room. Breathe and hold here in your kind of your capital letter T shape. Eagle-armed airplane. Big balancing pose. You got it. Left foot meets right, arms uncurl, stretch it out, extended mountain. Keep the arms up here, lengthen up, breathe. Dancer pose. All right, for your dancer pose, you start with the right hand and the right side. Left arm reaches high, don't neglect that. Right arm, start to do those big arm circles to the back of the room. Breathe. Think about this for a second. Root into your left foot, take the weight out of your right. Reach all 5 fingers in to capture the inside of the foot. Bring your knees back together. They will have separated. Lengthen. Now kick into your back hand. Kick into your right hand. Hinge forward. Let your left arm reach toward the front of your room. When you're ready, stretch, kick. Lengthen through the left arm. Kick toward the back of the wall. Kick up toward the sky. Breathe and then finish. Right foot meets left. Arms sweep back up. Other side. Lengthen through the arms. Start to circle the left arm back. Are your right fingers reaching good and high? Breathe. Circle in the shoulders. Maybe this is where you stay today. Do where you're comfortable. Root into the right foot. Left foot lifts. Capture inside the left foot. Draw the knees together. Lengthen up. Hold here. Find your balance. You got it. You are strong. You are stable. Breathe. Kick your foot back to the back wall. Hinge forward. Counterbalance. Reach. Kick to the back wall. Kick up. Breathe. Reach. Stretch. Finish. Left foot meets right. Hands to purse center. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Remember what we said to ourselves in the beginning? I am strong. I am firm. I am steady. You've got this. When you're ready, let's fold forward. As you fold forward, hinge forward, look back to your knees. Inhale, halfway lift, shoulders back and down. Yes, we're going to do Chaturanga Dandasana. If you want, walk your hands forward. Feet go back. High plank, low plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg high. But wait, we're going to do half pigeon. Bring the right knee as you exhale behind the right wrist. I bet you're glad for that. Send your left leg long on your mat. Top of your left foot on your mat. Big bend in your right knee. Bring the shin of your right leg perhaps a little more parallel to the top of your mat. You can use a block here to slip it under your right glutes. It really does make a difference. I think it intensifies the pose because the tendency is to just kind of sink into that right hip a little bit. Put the block underneath it and feel the difference. Keeps your hips equidistant to the mat. It keeps you honest. Hold here or slip down to your forearms. Hands can cross and you can rest your head on your hands. Big breath in, maybe a big sighing breath out. Let the tension go in your shoulders. and in your hips. Yesterday, we concentrated on the shoulders with a secondary focus on the hips. Breathe. Let it go. This is your half pigeon, Akapada Rajakapatasana in Sanskrit. Breathe. Feels good on the hips. We'll do it longer on Thursday and Sunday in our restorative practice. But now it's time to come out. Straighten your arms. Press into the earth. Remove the block and maybe slip it to the other side because that's where you're going to need it. Tuck your back left toes. Send your right leg high. Shake it out in a three-legged downward facing dog. Move your hip, whatever feels good. But just move it. Come back to your down dog. Left leg kicks high. Sweep the left leg through as you exhale to the left knee, left wrist. Right leg long and straight on your mat, top of the right foot on your mat. Grab your left foot and work your shin, maybe a little more parallel to the top of the mat. Slip the block under your bottom of your left cheek. Hold it here, breathe, gaze down your nose, be long in that right leg. Slip on down to your forearms if you like. Hands can be stacked and your forehead can rest on it. Oh, nice big stretch in your backside, in your hips. Good movement for your hips. Big breath in. Sigh it out. Let it go. And then come out of it. Press into your hands. Arms are straight. Right toes tuck. Left leg goes back as you press into the earth. Shake it out in your three-legged downward facing dog. Bring both feet to meet. And when you're ready, let's take a high plank. Hinge forward. You're not going to be here long. Bend your elbows and come all the way down to your belly. All right, you're on your belly. Hands are underneath your collarbones. Cobra pose, Bhujangasana. Good for your spine. Zip your legs up. Big toes are touching. Top of the foot is pressed into the mat. Elbows hugged in, nice and tight by your side. Hands are spread wide underneath your collarbones. When you're ready, inhale, lengthen up. Gaze down your nose, lift up your chest a little bit. Feel the compression in your low back. Press the tops of your feet into your mat for your cobra pose. If you would like, hands can be lifted. If your hands are lifted or you're on your fingertips, that's a fine option. Squeeze your elbows toward your spine. Then squeeze your elbows down towards your feet. Lift, gaze down your nose, hold it, and then come on down. Arms go down by your side. Turn your head so you're on your left cheek. Even turn it a little bit more so your left ear is on the mat. Breathe. Let's go into a floor bow, Dhanurasana. All right, chin back to the center. Bend your knees. Take your hands and reach for your ankles. Can't do it? No big deal. You could use a strap or no strap at all. Just strive to reach your fingers toward the back of your room. If you can capture the outsides of your ankles, go ahead, grab them. Wiggle your knees back together. They will have separated, kind of like the feet they do in Dancer. When you're ready, big exhale. And then inhale, just focus on the kick. Kick your feet into your hands. Lift, gaze down your nose. Balance on your pelvis, lift a little higher, breathe, and then finish. Come on down, arms down by your side. Turn your head in the other direction. So your right cheek, right ear is on your mat. Shoulders away from the ears, breathe. Bend your elbows. Bring your hands under your collarbones. Press on up. This is called seal pose. Press on up. How does it feel? Loosen in your glutes. Loosen in your glutes. Send your hips to the side of the room. Find space there. Let's come on up for camel pose. Camel pose, Ustrasana. All right, stand on your knees. Block between your ankles. Give it a good squeeze. Keep it at its nice high height. Shoulders are over your hips. Send your hands behind your low back and push your hips forward. And your elbows, remember them, squeeze them tightly towards your spine. Look on up to where the ceiling and the wall meet like you do in tree. Hold it here. Maybe look overhead. Hold it here. Now, maybe you look even farther back towards where the ceiling and the wall meet at the back of your room. You reach for your block or for your heels. Gaze back, reach back, look back, and then place your hands back on your low back. Shoulders over your hips. Come on down. Have a seat on your heels. This is your thunderbolt pose. Take a breath here. I'm going to take a drink, and then we're going to go into a bridge pose. Breathe. All right, let's come on out. You could drink too. Drink anytime you want. Drink whatever you want, whenever you want. Come on down to your bottom. Bridge pose. All right, soles of your feet are on your mat. Been here before. Hands to prayer center. Slowly come on back. all the way back. Whew, maybe bring your towel and your eye shade to the top of your mat. Breathe. All right. For your bridge pose, arms down by your sides. Press into your feet, lift your hips on up. Wiggle your shoulders closer to your spine. Think of creating a shelf for your heart. Arms down by your sides. Press into your feet. Your feet are strong. Press, lift your hips higher. Whew, breathe. Slowly roll your spine down, one vertebra at a time. Bring your tailbone down last. Send your legs long onto your mat and come on up to seated. Use your hands or not, you decide. Legs are long, toes up toward the sky. Lift your arms up like extended mountain. Lengthen. Exhale, reach forward, reach, reach, reach. Toes up to the sky, reach your fingers forward, gaze forward. As you're ready, capture whatever you can capture on your legs. Ankles, maybe drape the hands over the toes, maybe hold onto your calves. Elbows hugged in, hinge forward, bring your forehead towards your knees. Inhale, come on up. Spread your legs nice and wide. Bring a block or two or nothing at all in between your legs. When you're ready, lengthen up. Exhale, hinge forward. Hinge forward. Maybe your forearms are on your blocks, or maybe you bring your head to your blocks. Breathe. Inhale, come on up. Turn towards your right leg, arms surrounding the right leg, lengthen up, and then reach forward. Reach, your torso is toward this right leg. Reach, reach, reach. Maybe close your eyes and imagine bringing the forehead to the knee. And then try to do that. Maybe you capture your foot kind of like a stirrup style, or you just hug the ankle in. Forehead to the knee, or close to it, and then come on up. Come on up, torso over the knee. Then bring it all back to center, kind of almost robotically. And then do the other side. Turn to the left, lengthen up. Reach toward the two sides of that foot. Reach, 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 reach. Close your eyes. Maybe imagine your forehead coming toward your knee. Maybe stir up your hands underneath the foot. Hug the elbows in. Forehead to the knee. Or close to it. Open your eyes, come on up. Arms go up, lengthen up, back to center. Stretch it out, reach for your blocks. Maybe push them forward. Breathe. And then finish. Come on back down to fully reclined. Bend your knees, come on down. Let's do a supine twist. Left leg goes long, right knee bends, interlaced fingers, or that towel that's up by your ear. Capture it, hug the right knee in. Hug the knee in, squeeze it in. Left hand guides the right knee across the midline of the body. Take a twist and tee out your right arm. Look to the right. When you're ready, hip comes back down, gaze goes back up to the sky. Hug the knee in one more time. Circle the ankle in one direction, then the other. Let the right leg go long. It's turn to rest. Let the right heel go toward the bottom of the mat and bend the left leg. Using the towel or interlaced fingers, hug under your left knee. Squeeze it in, shoulders are down. Right hand guides the left knee across the midline of the body. Encourage the knee down. Tee out your left arm, keeping the elbow down, or keeping the shoulder down, and look to the left. Nice big twist. Finish up. Gaze goes back up to the sky. Left hip meets the earth. Interlaced fingers, hug the knee in one more time. Remember what we did with the foot on the other side? Do the same thing. Circle the ankle. Left leg goes long. Stretch it out, reach high overhead, point the toes, reach the fingers. Happy baby, real quick, drag the heels on up, lift the knees on up. There you go, that's working your core. One more time. Hands, left hand under left knee, right hand under right knee. Rock a little bit from side to side. Do little circles with your knees on the ceiling in both directions, or reach your hands inside your calves. Maybe you touch your ankles. If you got to your ankles, go ahead, reach for your heels. Send one leg high to the sky as you're cupping one heel, and then as you cup the other, send the other foot high to the other leg high to the sky. Bend one, stretch the other. Breathe, happy baby pose. Always good to be happy. Heels go high to the sky, pinky toes work toward the earth. Open up your legs like a big letter V for victory, because you did it. Bring your knees back together, bend your knees, bring the soles of your feet down. Final Shavasana, best pose of the practice. Legs go long, heels go toward the edges of your mat. Wiggle your hips. Let your pinky toes fall toward the edges of the mat. Your eye shade, best prop ever. or your towel. Cover your eyes, block out the light. Arms down by your sides, palms face up, wiggle your shoulders, get them comfortable, kind of tucked behind your back. Let it go, my goodness. You are strong, you are steady, you are stable, you are done. Breathe and enjoy the benefits of what you just did. Just find stillness. No movement, heavy, heavy body, soft face. Come back to just the stillness and the peace of your breath. Big breath in, big breath out. Allow a peace that transcends all understanding just permeate your body right now. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Stay longer if you like. I'm going to wiggle my fingers and toes, circle my wrists and my ankles. Take a big inhale and reach and stretch overhead. Like you're just getting out of bed in the morning to start your fabulous day. As you exhale, bend your knees and your elbows and roll into a fetal position onto one hip or the other. Low arms bicep is a pillow for your head. Eyes are closed. Savor the breath here. It's your time. As you're ready, maybe you'd like to keep your eyes closed, press on up, or don't use your hands at all, and come on up to a seated position. Whatever feels good with your legs, maybe long or crisscross, doesn't matter. What matters is you're here and you showed up. Bring your hands to prayer center, shoulders over your hips, chin slightly tucked, and your ears slightly back. Lengthen up through the crown of your head as you inhale. And a big, slow exhale, appreciating the foundation of the earth beneath you. It's got you. Work with it. Gently blink your eyes open. Ta-da, you did it. You did it. You did an hour-long practice. Miracles take longer than just settling does. We all need to move more, especially the older we get. The older we get, don't not move. Get out and move even more. Go for a walk. Come do your yoga, and whatever your yoga looked like, it was excellent because you showed up and you moved and you tried. And just trust the process. Things will get better. It's a new year, new beginning, new you. Things will get better. Just keep moving forward and don't give up. All right, focus on these things. Love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, faithfulness, and self-control. See you on your mats tomorrow. Love you guys. Goodbye. Hello, how are you? Would you like to go for a walk? I bet you would. Yes, you would. Have a nice day, everybody. Don't quit. Don't give up. See you tomorrow for a different practice. Bye. Feel the freedom of the movement in your body. It's a wonderful thing. It's a great thing. You've got to move. You got to move. You got to feel free. And your yoga is helping you do that. I'm glad you guys stuck around. Tell your friends about our yoga. Tell them what you're doing. Tell them how free you feel in your body. Tell them how good you feel. They can join in too every day from the privacy of their own home. I think that's the best part. You do it your way from the privacy of your own home. Our yoga is free for anybody and everybody. Tell them about us. If you'd like to support our broadcast, you can visit our website. It's at www.316yoga.com. Come feel the freedom, come feel the love, and enjoy the rest of the month and into the new month too. See you on your mats tomorrow. Hi.